Picture the tranquility of an ordinary day where the sea meets the sky in a seamless horizon. Imagine the sea, a vast canvas of shimmering sapphire, gently caressed by the wind, its waves whispering tales of deep mysteries. Picture the city, bustling with life, its people immersed in the rhythm of their daily routines, their laughter and chatter forming a symphony of life. Look at the sky. A grand dome of pure azure dotted with fluffy cotton clouds, casting a serene glow on the city beneath. It's a day like any other, a day where the extraordinary hides behind the mask of normalcy. The city, with its towering skyscrapers and sprawling parks, stands oblivious to the brewing tempest in the sea. Its people, whether they're sipping coffee in a cafe or enjoying a beachside picnic, are unaware of the impending disaster. As the day wore on, an invisible clock began ticking towards an event that would forever change this serene landscape. Beneath the surface, a silent sentinel detected the first signs of an impending disaster. In the deep and turbulent depths of the ocean, an earthquake was brewing. It was a subsea earthquake, one that would trigger a catastrophic event unbeknownst to the unsuspecting world above. The seismic activity beneath the ocean floor was not a mere rumble, but a tremendous shift, powerful enough to displace a colossal volume of water. This was the first domino in a series of events that would lead to the formation of a tsunami. The energy from this tectonic movement radiated across the ocean, causing an almost imperceptible swell in the sea level. But it wasn't just the sea level that changed. An unusual retreat of water from the shoreline followed, a phenomenon often overlooked by the naked eye. It was as if the sea was taking a deep, ominous breath, pulling away from the land, gathering strength for the impending onslaught. This retreat, this eerie silence before the storm, was the invisible warning of the disaster to come. Not all were oblivious to this silent alarm. The wildlife, with their heightened senses, began to act out of the ordinary. Birds fluttered anxiously, their squawks echoing an unseen fear. Marine creatures swam deeper into the ocean, seeking refuge from the impending chaos. Even dogs and cats seemed restless, their instincts sensing the approaching danger long before their human counterparts. Among the people, confusion began to take root. The sudden withdrawal of the sea was a spectacle, a curiosity that drew crowds to the beach. Little did they know it was an ominous sign, a prelude to the monstrous waves that were about to sweep over their city. The calm sea, once a symbol of serenity, was now a harbinger of an impending catastrophe. It was the calm before the storm, a deceptive tranquility that masked the terror of the tsunami that was about to be unleashed. Then, without warning, the sea rebelled in a show of raw, untamed power. A peaceful morning transformed into a scene of absolute mayhem. The tranquil rhythm of the waves was shattered by a surge of water, a monstrous wall that began to rise from the depths of the ocean. This was no ordinary wave, but a tsunami, a relentless force of nature waking from its deep slumber. The sea, once a symbol of tranquility, morphed into a terrifying spectacle. The roar of the water was deafening, its speed unimaginable. The wave, fueled by the immense energy of the sea, raced towards the shore with a terrifying velocity. It was a sight that dwarfed everything in its path, a sight that could chill the bravest of hearts. In the city, the air was thick with panic. As the wave approached, time seemed to stand still. Faces turned pale, eyes widened in terror. The realization of the impending danger was a bitter pill to swallow. The city that had been brimming with life mere moments ago now echoed with the sounds of chaos, sirens wailing, people screaming, cars honking, and then it happened. The first wave hit the shore with a force that shook the very foundations of the city. Buildings swayed, trees were uprooted, cars were swept away like toys in a bathtub. The city, once a bustling metropolis, was now at the mercy of the sea's fury. The wave was relentless, leaving nothing in its path untouched. In the face of nature's wrath, the city stood helpless. The wave, an unstoppable force, consumed everything in sight, leaving behind only remnants of a once thriving city. The tsunami, a silent predator, had struck with a vengeance, its fury unleashed upon the unsuspecting city. In mere moments, the city was caught in the grip of a force beyond human control. The power of the sea, the fury of the tsunami, had shown the world the terrifying reality of nature's wrath. It was a sobering reminder of our smallness in the face of the vast, untamed power of the planet we call home. As the waves receded, they left behind a city scarred and battered, yet unbowed. The city, once a vibrant hub of life and activity, now lay in disarray. Buildings, once standing tall and proud, were now mere skeletal remains, their concrete and steel innards exposed to the world. Streets, once bustling with people and vehicles, were now rivers of debris. The sea, in its wrath, had brought the city to its knees, but the spirit of the people remained unbroken. The destruction was immense, almost incomprehensible. Homes, schools, hospitals, all reduced to rubble. The physical landmarks of the city, the ones that gave it its identity, were swept away in a matter of minutes. But the heart of the city, its people, survived. They were bruised, they were battered, but they were not broken. In the immediate aftermath, the survivors sprang into action. Despite their own losses, they rallied together, helping one another in the face of adversity. Neighbors searched for neighbors, friends for friends, strangers for strangers. Their hands, though trembling, were unyielding as they sifted through the debris in search of the missing. Rescue efforts were swift and relentless. Every second mattered, every life was important. Teams of volunteers, firefighters, medical personnel, all united by a common goal, worked tirelessly, day and night, driven by hope and the will to save as many lives as possible. The initial steps towards recovery were daunting, but not insurmountable. Food, water and medical supplies were distributed. Temporary shelters were erected. The basics of life, the things we often take for granted, became the lifelines for the survivors. It was a long road to recovery, but every step taken was a step towards rebuilding, towards healing, towards a future. In the face of overwhelming devastation, the spirit of humanity shone brighter than ever. In the aftermath of the disaster, two things became clear: the formidable power of nature and the unbreakable resilience of humanity. In the wake of the tsunami, a stark reality arose from the debris. It was a reminder of the raw, unyielding power that nature holds. The sea, often a symbol of tranquility, had transformed into a force of unimaginable destruction. It seemed as if the very fabric of the universe had shifted. The world as we knew it had changed in the blink of an eye. The tsunami, a natural phenomenon born from the depths of the ocean, had shown us the strength of the elements in their purest form. Yet, in the face of such a calamity, another force emerged, equally formidable yet often underestimated: the resilience of humanity. With the city in ruins and their lives turned upside down, the survivors stood strong. Amidst the chaos and the rubble, they found a strength within themselves that perhaps they never knew existed. They rallied together, helping one another, proving that the human spirit is indeed indomitable. They began rebuilding their lives, brick by brick, day by day. They had lost much, but they held on to hope, the most potent antidote to despair. The survivors did not stand alone in their struggle. The broader community, both at a local and global level, rallied to their aid. They demonstrated that humanity's collective strength is far greater than any individual's. They showed that when we stand together, we can overcome even the most formidable of challenges. This disaster also underlined the critical role of disaster researchers. Their work, often behind the scenes, is vital in preparing for, responding to, and recovering from such events. They study patterns, predict possibilities, and devise strategies to minimize the impacts of these natural disasters. They work tirelessly to ensure that we are better equipped, better prepared, and better able to respond when disaster strikes. Their contributions often go unnoticed, but their value cannot be overstated. This tsunami was a stark reminder of two things. First, the sheer power of nature, a force that we cannot control but must respect. And second, the resilience of humanity, our capacity to endure, to recover, and to rebuild. It has shown us that while we may be at the mercy of nature's whims, we are not powerless. We have the strength to withstand, the capacity to adapt, and the will to forge ahead. The tsunami was a testament to the power of nature, but also a testament to the resilience of humanity. It was a demonstration of our ability to stand tall in the face of adversity, to come together in times of crisis, and to rebuild in the aftermath of destruction. Despite the destruction, the human spirit remained unscathed, a testament to our resilience in the face of adversity.